All right. Just get cooking. What are we going to cook? That's the question. I love it. Alright, so what we're going to do is use SSH here. And I guess... I mean, what I should probably do is start a new workspace in VS Code to do this. Now, the other thing I want to do is change the default zoom for this, because when I'm streaming, I want this to be a little bit larger than I would normally have it. So, control, comma, editor font size. Let's go, see if we can change zoom, default zoom level, window zoom level. Zoom the font of the editor. Zoom per window. So I hope this is per profile. E.g., each increment above 0, so above is larger, 20%. So I think we'll go for that. Anyway, we will now connect to our remote tunnel, which hopefully is all signed in nicely. Should be. The mesh dev box. Still got to put this repo live for the dev box. Been pretty handy. For Flutter development at least. Alright, so we're gonna jump into the terminal here and go into workspace. I do wonder sometimes if I should create a separate dev box for streaming. Well, I've got a lot of commercial secrets here, but separating environments might be a good thing. But anyway, whatever. Actually, so what we'll do is we'll just go git clone. It's gonna be one of those nights where I can't type. Pretty sure I always say that, to be fair. Right, so we're cloning into Ussemble. Right, let's open a new window with that folder, and it looks like it did remember my zoom level, which is quite nice. Okay, so there we go. We're going to go save as workspace, and we'll save it where we save all our workspaces. In here. Beautiful. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, it does. Add the folder. Fantastic. Alright, so Just going to quickly hide my screen and make sure there's nothing sensitive in this example ENV. There is not, so that's good. In that case, we'll continue. Now, how am I going to structure this? We kind of want it all self-contained, so there's a part of me that thinks so what we want to do is we want to build the image. We want to build the image. Okay, I might just start playing with this and scope it out along the way. Not worry too much. So we'll start with the good old Docker Compose YAML file here. Now let's bring up some documentation for Docker Compose. Because we could, we could just rely on, you know, I'm on the wrong profile. There we go. Docker Compose. Compose file reference. There we go. So we're going to go name, Ussemble, services. Now, is this configured for Postgres? I think it is, right? Geography. Yeah. I would say so. There's another way to find this out, I think. So we've got SQLite. Here's our example. Database. So Redis client, PHP Redis. So we want a Redis Q connection, cache store database. Oof. I've got to try and figure this out myself. This is important because I've never used this package yet. So brand new. Figure it out. I'm sure we will. Sure, we'll get some clues in here. Do you have dependencies? What's BLAS? What's BLAS P? Laravel Magellan. Profanity filter package. Oh, okay. Oh, BLAS. Okay, cool. That's funny. Laravel Magellan. What does that do? Parsers and generators for Geo, JSON, WKB, WKT out of the box. PostGIS data types. Working with geospatial data and Postgres databases. Right, so we are going to need services. We're going to need database. We're going to need Redis. And we're going to need Ussemble. So this is the thing, like the difference between what I could do is I could just mount the folder here into the web server's configuration. So basically Ussemble's actually going to be like, it's going to be like image caddy latest. And then we'll just mount files into there. But I don't feel like that's the best way to do it. What is the best way to do it? You know, I just want to get this damn thing running, so let's keep going for now. We're going to need networks, we're going to need volumes. So we're going to go volumes, we're going to go DB data, Redis data. So it's a little bit persistent through restarts. We'll create some volumes. And then we will look up some image specific instructions here. Postgres Docker. We'll look up the official image. Supported tags. So I have no idea what version of the database we're using here, but I think what I might do is stick with I'm pretty sure one of the difficulties here is that with PostGIS the geospatial plugin image PostGIS there we go. 1634 PostGIS PostGIS Docker image PostGIS. Anyway, I just say that stuff and I'm sure there's a great joke waiting there, but I can't think of it fast enough. Like, I hope we don't have PostGIS regret. So, okay, it's getting R18 in here. It's on Docker Hub. PostGIS. Okay, so what do we got? 1634. We want some, oh, I'm still in the AI summary, damn it. What am I doing? Let's have a look here at the official, see what tags are available. Go away. 17. Oh, see, that's, I like that. I wonder if we can get away with using 18. Give it a good college try. I mean, I'm going to find out pretty quickly if it doesn't work. Laravel Postgres version. PostgreSQL 10 plus. Okay. So there's not like a maximum version for this. Alright. We'll go for that then. Right, what about Redis? I know there's a really lightweight Redis Docker image. Redis Docker. Pretty sure it's like an Alpine build. Yeah, Redis 8 point. They're gonna say which Redis we should use. Five megabytes. So maybe I shouldn't use Alpine-based images, is that what it's saying? I mean, I could just use Debian or something like that, you know. Debian Bookworm. Or I could just, I don't know what the base one uses. Yeah, okay. So I'll just use the base, image. That's fine, and we'll go for, I reckon 8.6 will be pretty... 8.6? That's the latest. We'll go for 8.4. Or 8.6. We'll figure out if there's a problem, then it's easy to change. So whatever. We'll just go for 8.6. All right. So we're doing Postgres. See, now AI hasn't caught up yet, right? Because it's not in the data folder. It's just in Postgres. See, stop trying to tell me that. I'm going to turn off next edit suggestions. Thank you very much, because they're a pain in the butt sometimes. I just realized I'm not running my chat, so I can't see if there's any chats coming through, which there isn't because there's no viewers. So there you go. Hello? It's gonna work? Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Kick drums and red wine. I prefer kick drums and red wine. I prefer kick drums and red wine.
I'm pretty sure I set up I think it's actually working. I'll just give it a test on old YouTube here. Check. Hey, it did work. Okay, that's good. Lovely. It's a bit slow. Cool. All right. moving right along. I need to add that to my startup programs before I forget. Sweet. Done. Sorted. Right. Onwards. Onwards. Alright, so we should map volumes. We should map volumes is what we're saying. This one will save a snapshot of the DB every 60 seconds if at least one write operation was performed. If persistence is enabled, data is stored in the volume /data, which can be used with volumes from, okay, Docker hoster /data. Redis will attempt to correct the ownership and permissions of the data and configuration. Okay, well, I'm hoping because we're using a volume that we don't need to do that, so... Right, and so we should be able to copy a Redis configuration. Does it just give us all of the, like, see, Redis cluster would be pretty, yeah, that's what we need to do, right, in replication. Later, though. Save. Ports. I mean, I can't remember if we actually need to expose ports in here for the other services to get hold of it. I cannot remember if that's how Docker works or not. So let's go networking, port publishing and mapping. Published container ports are mapped to host IP addresses. All ports of containers on bridge networks are accessible from the Docker host and other containers connected to the same network. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you don't need to actually publish them. So I don't need to actually publish the ports for Redis if I'm in bridge mode networking. So we'll just do that. Um, okay. What was I doing here? Save. So these Redis options, how do you get that into... See, we want to go restart. Always. Yeah, it needs to be running. Oh, can you not highlight everything that I searched for? Alright. Require pass. I'm not sure. Command. Redis server append only. Data persistence ensures your data survives container restarts. I mean, I think we do want that. I feel like when we start doing distributed replication and stuff like that, we are going to want that. So we're going to go volumes. We've got a volume set up for the database already. We've got our image selected, container name. I don't need to set really ports. Create a custom Redis configuration file. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is what I need to do, I reckon. So let's create a new folder in here, and we'll just call it Docker. And in here we can put all our files that we need for configuration, so like redis.conf. We'll just use this one here. We'll just nick that for now as a good basic. There's a good basic one. And then I've got 2 instances. I don't have 2 instances of OBS running. All right. So, in other words, we need to. So, do we need to tell it how to use? I don't know about that. Why don't we just overwrite the actual? Why don't we overwrite the actual Redis configuration? Docker run. Okay, we're telling it user local, etc. No need for you to have a Docker file for your Redis container. Yeah, I mean, that is nice. So I guess we might as well use that. So we'll go user local etc redis conf. And then our command is going to be that. Tell it to run Redis server using that configuration file that we upload. Okay, well, I mean, as far as Redis goes, I think that's about it. Now, for the database, it's a bit of a different story. I think for this one, we've got a little bit more stuff to think about here. So we're going to go PostGIS. PostGIS Docker pause. And we'll figure out what options we have here. Installed extensions. This database will be named after the admin user. So we have to figure out which environments to, which variables to push into. Here we go. Supported environment variables. Now I can never remember how to do this. It's one of those things that it's kind of annoying because, yeah, like, how often do I actually handwrite a Docker Compose file? Not that often, you know. Yeah, environment, that's right. It's environment tab. Forgot I knew that. Jeez. It's because I'm streaming, that's why. I get twice as dumb when I'm streaming. For some reason. I'm not even, it's like, I don't know what it is. Anyway. Okay. Just wondering where the top of my camera frame was. Now, what do we want to do here? What's our restart policy? Same deal, I think. We want to go restart always. Volumes, I feel like that's fine. Ports 3306. Now we do, I think in this case, want to expose the ports, and 5432 for Postgres. Is that right? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Why did I second guess that? Why was I thinking 7? Is that... It's Redis. 6-3. Ah. And it's late as well. I gotta be fair to myself, you know. I'm streaming at night. It's after a day of work, which I've been doing some pretty heady stuff today. So basically, next we are going to do this. Oops. We're going to... Oh my. What happened there? Host auth method. Okay, let's have a read about what these flags actually mean. PG data. Changed in Docker Postgres greater than 18. And we're using 18. Greater than or equal to. There we go. Let's open that up in a separate page. Read more on the Docker Postgres. The default data directory has changed. Wow, okay. Oh no, we knew that. We knew that already. Initialize only on empty data directory. Docker specific environment variables take effect only when the container is started with an empty data directory. Any pre-existing database will be left untouched. If you need to reinitialize, make sure to remove or recreate the volume first. libpq and as an alternative to passing sensitive information, file might be appended to some of the previous listed ones, causing the initialization script to load the values from files present in the container. In particular, Okay, well, hey, I'm not looking at perfecting this right now. Anyway, we're gonna just we're just gonna start. And I believe Docker Compose just brings in a .env file if it's in the same folder, right? I believe it does. Yeah, and then we can use interpolation like that. Brilliant. So we can go. Init db args. I don't think we need to do this. So I'm going to get rid of those three. We're just going to use the basics. Postgres password, user, and db. Excuse me. Using custom environments. Use different file name. Makes sense. Oh wait, I'm reading the wrong docs. You idiot. Alright, we're going to rename that to just .env. .env, thank you very much. App name. We're going to go Ussemble. App env. We're going to go, yeah, sure, local. Whatever. App key, we'll generate one soon. App debug true. App URL. I'm just going to do localhost. No, I'm not. I'm going to do ussemble.test first, and we'll go app URL HTTPS. Yep. Because we're going to use caddy, so we're going to have TLS. Oh no, but that only works if it's actually able to be publicly accessible, which I do not want right now. So maybe I'm just going to do HTTP for now. At maintenance driver, we're going to, I reckon, okay, fine. We won't bother about that for now. Log channel, sure, whatever. DB connection. Right, so this is where we are going to change things a little bit. So DB host is going to be PostgreSDB. But this is for right. This is for Laravel. So what we can actually do is change these to match what Laravel uses. DB host, DB password, and DB user. So DB host is going to be whatever the service is, which we're going to call it Ussemble. We'll just call it database. DB port is going to be 5432. DB database is going to be, we're going to call it Ussemble. And we'll go username and we'll call it Ussemble, and password Ussemble123 for now, just for testing. Session driver. We really want to get Redis going. So I reckon we just sort it out. Now our Redis config memcache host, we don't need that, we don't use memcache. Mailer can be logged for now. AWS, we're not using AWS, so I can get rid of all that for now. Vite app name. Okay, that's for building. We're gonna go. So we've got PHP running in here, right? PHP artisan key generate. No such file or directory. Oh, it's because I need Composer. Composer install, and that will install Artisan. Beautiful. Alright, now we should be able to do that. Boom. There's our application key. Which I don't care if I'm sharing at the moment, because, you know, this is ephemeral. It's going to be destroyed. Okay. Next, we're going to go npm install. Added 99 packages. 2 high severity vulnerabilities. Well, we're just not going to look at those right now, but that's not great. So let's do a build, huh? Let's see if it does build. It did. That was really fast. What the heck? So you know what? I could probably actually serve... I could probably serve this application right now. In fact, PHP Artisan... PHP Artisan serve host. We'll just go all interfaces, and we'll go port prot. We'll go port 34343. The only thing about this though is that there is no database, so it's not going to do anything. It's actually going to just fail. But what we can try is in PowerShell, we can go... Where's the hosts file again? Is it, where's the Windows host file? I'll see if I can remember it. Is it devices? Man, I wish I could remember. It's in, I'm sure it's in System 32 somewhere. Deltree System 32. I thought it was an EC, etc. Maybe is it not? Okay. I never do this anymore because I use some drivers. That's it. Let's go edit hosts. And let's go 192.105. We're going to go assemble.test. Access is denied. Yeah, good stuff. It's because I'm not running as admin. Oh, you know what? This is a stupid idea anyway. It's not going to do anything. So, where are we? Let's stay focused, for goodness sakes. We're going to go Redis config. We've got Docker Compose here. We've got our database. I believe pretty well set up. Yep. Right, so yeah, and then what Ussemble can do, this is going to be a little bit weird and recursive at the moment, but we can tidy this up later. Basically, what I want is we want the caddy file, so we want to go caddy file. And we are going to basically just mount this folder, like the root folder here, into caddy somewhere. I'm going to try that. I do not think this is the best way to do it. But that's all right. I think later on what I'm going to do is actually package the application, so the application code with the build and everything, because it's just going to have all the node modules and everything in there. It's completely crazy. Like, we don't need all that. We need the compiled JavaScript, but we don't need the node modules folder. There's a lot of stuff we probably don't need. But anyway, we can compress the whole application here into a Docker image, which we can then use in here. So instead of going image caddy, I mean, we yeah, I mean, yeah, no, that don't know what the best way is to do that, actually. I mean, we could go from caddy, so what you can do is like create a image from caddy, and I mean, I could do that now. Because I could create a Docker file. I could create a Docker file and go caddy server. We're going to try and find caddy server Docker. And I don't think we want to install it on Alpine. I think we... So this is where it gets difficult because... I don't know, let's see what these different tags... It's very important to persist the data directory. Must not be treated as cache. Its contents are not ephemeral or merely for the sake of performance. Caddy stores TLE certificates, private keys, OCSP staples, and other information into the data directory. This image provides 2 mount points for volumes. Right. Okay. So we want caddy data as a... This can all change later anyway, so it's fine. It's fine, no worries. This can all change later, so we can create a caddy data folder now and go ports 80 and 443. I'm gonna need to change that because I do not have those ports free on my machine, so but that's okay. We'll just take the suggestion for now. User share caddy dot slash caddy data caddy config. So caddy config, I'm pretty sure, is just the caddy file. Do not mount the caddy file directly at etc slash caddy. Okay. The changes will only be applied when the container is recreated. So to override the default caddy file, you can create one in the subfolder conf at present working directory /conf /caddy file and mount this folder at etc /caddy. Right, so they want you to mount a folder, not the file. That's weird. Well, okay, I guess they explain it here, which is explained in detail in the... It's probably a file watcher thing, like it needs to... Changes the inode of the editor file. Yeah, okay, that's probably why, because it's mounted the directory and the file is acting like a real file. It's not directly mounted the file, which, okay. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't. I'm just going to go with it. It's fine. Trust. So I think we're already good there because we're already in a folder there. No, that's not good. We can't do that. We can't just mount the Docker file into there as well. That's rubbish. So we'll go new folder. We'll go caddy conf. Caddy conf or something like that. And we'll mount that. Yes, I want to move that file, please. Thank you very much. And then we will go... We've got Ussemble database. Yeah, so here we're going to... I don't know what this caddy config folder is about. I need to learn that afterwards as well. So let's go Docker /caddy Get with the times, AI. Come on, I changed that folder ages ago. Caddy conf. And that's going to be mounted into etc/caddy. Oh yeah, you can just use pwd. I wonder if I don't know what the benefit of using pwd is versus just the dot. It probably depends on the context of where the program is running. So like if you, well, so would present working directory. That's anyway. So many asides and musings to myself with no answers. I could look it up right now, but as time ticks on, I'm not edging any closer to getting this thing actually running. So, okay. Prison working directory. I really don't know if I'm actually still... Yeah, okay, apparently I'm still on a DMCA free playlist. Not necessarily my style of music I'd usually listen to, but again, still, I reckon, personally, better than constant lo-fi, which can send me to sleep sometimes. Okay, edit, layout, and we're going to go... my chat. We're going to add that in there because I am paranoid that it's not coming through properly. Save. Check. Okay, it does work. That's really loud, that plonk. I should probably just turn it off, actually, I reckon. Alright, so I can change the show time. Sweet. Okay, that'll do. Radio. Oh no, I need studio mode. Studio mode. Chat. Overlay. Twitch chat half. Dang it, cat. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think we're good. All right, now, where was I? This caddy config. The default config file simply serves files from user share caddy. So if you want to serve index, to override the default caddy file, you can create one in the subfolder, mount it. Automatic TLS with the caddy image. Only listens on port 80. Does not set up automatic TLS. So that's fine. That's I'm happy with that. So maybe I can just get rid of this for now. Just comment it out. Building your own caddy based image. So this is what I want to do, right? Okay, so maybe this is actually what I want to do. I think we do this in the Docker file. So I think we go like that. From caddy, never use latest in production. Yeah, well, fine. I'll figure out what version we want to use. Yeah, 2.11, I reckon. What's the builder image? What is the builder image for caddy? You can use the builder image as a shortcut to building a new caddy binary, right? So it needs to be compiled with any additions. Okay, Xcaddy tool is used to build a new caddy entry point with provider modules. All right, so we don't need the builder. We just need 2.11 caddy 2.11. I reckon we can go for Alpine as well. Oh, nano server, what's that? Sounds cool. Builder. Let's go 2.11 Alpine. See if we can get away with Alpine Linux. So it's so freaking small. Wait. And then so I mean I could so I don't think we need that folder anymore. And we don't need the that mount point anymore. I don't know what this caddy config is. I actually don't know what's in caddy config. I think it might be actually from memory. No. Well, one of them's got it stores all the TLS certificates, all that sort of thing. So perhaps it's things like configuring your own certificates and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I have to look into that a bit later. So yeah, we're definitely not just going to mount that like that. That's a terrible way to do it, and I should be ashamed of myself for even thinking of going down that path. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to copy docker/caddy file into etc/caddy file. And then we're going to go copy the current folder into serve. So what I don't understand is that building your own caddy based image. This song reminds me of my emo teenage days, and I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. How do I plus it? Add to like songs. There we go. I should put on that Spotify integration. I should have the. Yeah, but all right. I love giving people the benefit of the doubt, but with your username and the fact your account was created 3 days ago, I'm not holding super high hopes for this question. But let's see. I have been more surprised. All right. So we want to copy. So it says where it automatically serves. Yeah, so /srv. So that's where it serves files from by default. But it doesn't. The default config file simply serves files from there. User share caddy. So if you want to serve index from the current working directory, but I don't. So what's up? Okay. I think we're just going to have to configure this with the caddy file a bit more. So that's fine. I haven't got into that part yet, so that's next. It's very soon. I love that throwing 22. As much as I love the fact that you surprised me. That wasn't a question though. I mean, you did ask, hi, I have a question for you, and then you've told me a fact about quantum maximum computational limits in the universe. Which is fascinating that there is one. How is it related to the Planck length? Can you explain that to me? Alright, now the bot's kicking in. I just, well, what do I think that would look like? Well, that's a fantastic question. Sentiences. You know, 10 to the power of 35 is a extraordinarily large number. You know, one of my favorite videos, or one of my favorite facts, is about 52 factorial visualized. Why you'll never shuffle the same deck of cards. Here we go. Okay, well that's not playing any sound whatsoever. Oh, I agree we need some wonder in our life. I am filled with wonder every day. I love wondering, but I'm also very tired, so I can't talk and do stuff at the same time right now. So, why have I got no sound?
And this, pretty hard to visualize.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Numbers
This is
like
the juice.
110,000 are easy to visualize as rice, but the number 52 factorial is larger than the amount of atoms in this pile of rice.
Oh, so
in
you
fact, it's larger
measly
than the
10
amount
to the
of atoms in
35.
the entire world. But this gives us no sense of scale. I can't fathom the size of the planet, and I can't see how many atoms are in this bag of rice. So a better way of visualizing this is time. Imagine you set a timer for 52 factorial seconds, standing on the western coast of Ecuador on the equator. Wait 1 billion years, then take one step forward. Wait another billion years before your next step, and so on. When you've walked all the way around the world, take a drop of water from the Pacific Ocean and set it aside. Continue walking around the world, taking a drop of water every time you lap the world. Once you've emptied the Pacific Ocean, place a single sheet of paper on the ground, refill the Pacific Ocean, and repeat the previous steps. Once your stack of paper reaches the sun, your timer won't even be 1% complete. This is the amount of ways that you can shuffle a standard deck of cards. I love big numbers, but
I mean, that is freaking crazy. I just I don't know. It's insane. I wonder if throbbing 22. You know, I have some wonder. See, I have some wonder in my life. Are you a real person? That's what or are you an AI chatbot that has graced my presence, which I've had before. All right. Let's keep going here. We're going to copy that. Okay. Well, there we go. At least you're putting it out there. Yep. Knew it. I knew it. It took. How many messages was that? 1, 2, 4 messages, and we got to your username. No, but anyway. Or I mean, hey, we're all animals, aren't we? Right, let's get back into this. I need to try and finish this pretty soon. Anyway, we'll close this guy's TikTok off. Caddy. Caddy file. Reference. Here we go. So we're going to create a document root. Root. And oh yeah, of course. Okay, so this is a PHP application, so we're going to need to install PHP as well. So response matches, request matches is what I want. Wildcard matches. Another primal OS. What? Are you talking about the actual operating system? Oh, Windows is built off DOS and Linux. BSD is built off Unix. Jeez. You know, I think there are a lot of coders out there who are just playing around with this sort of stuff. They just do it for fun. I know there's people who have built operating systems from scratch, kernels and things like that. There's plenty of YouTube videos on that sort of stuff. People have just bootstrapped hardware with their own kernel, their own completely own operating system. Not using Linux, not using Windows, anything. So I think the answer is yes. I think, and in fact, I think they already, potentially they already exist, because there's some ASICs like some some chips and integrated circuits and really specialized cards and stuff that don't run Linux. And so I don't know what they do. Maybe it is some weird variety of the Linux kernel. I'm not sure, but anyway. Until we change also our chip architecture as well. That's the other thing, because a lot of these instructions, the byte. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I think so. But we're pretty good at iterating. We're not very good at new things. We tend to get afraid of new stuff, which is like I'm using this Caddy web server, but people are like, why don't you use Nginx? Oh, well, Caddy's a new kid on the block, That's pretty cool. It's actually really good. I ain't afraid until my site gets hacked. All right, so, oh man, I have heard of Solaris. Yeah, I've never used it myself, but that's yeah, Oracle, old Larry Ellison, right? But Solaris is still Unix based, isn't it? Oh man, I'm so lost. Oh, it's because I haven't got music on. That's why. Everything just all of a sudden my brain was like, "What's this quiet? Why is everything quiet?" Okay, we're good. Let's go. Caddy file directives. Wildcard is only needed if a matcher token is required. For example, if the first argument you want to give to a directive also happens to be a path, it would look like a path matcher. So you can use a wildcard to disambiguate. Sweet. Okay, well, what I want to do is... Oh, I'm so tired. I should really go to bed, but I have to. Oh man, I really want to build this. I think I did try installing BSD once, just for the fun of it. But I actually want to go back to. I tried last year going to Linux, running on Linux, getting out of Windows, and I want to try again soon. I was very close to sticking with Linux, but I didn't quite stick with it. There was a few things that I needed which didn't run or didn't work on Linux properly, so that I needed for my job. But I think that's different now. So here we go. The first thing to type in a Caddy file is your site's address. Go Solaris or BSD based? No, I don't know. What's the selling proposition there? I mean, that sounds like it's an incredibly huge amount of work and difficult. A barrier to entry which is too much for the gains I'm going to get out of it. Potentially. I understand the want to use something apart from boring old Windows and stuff. BSD is what they put on firewalls. Nice. So super secure. Yeah, I mean that's important. All right. This is crazy. I'm not doing anything right now. So caddy file. I just want caddy file to standard. What are these standard matches? Windows 11 is a backdoor called an OS. Yes, I do remember that. I do remember Snowden, and I mostly agree with what you're saying. I certainly hope you're not, sneaking in through the back door, so to speak. I'll just hit my kill switch under the desk. Global options. Trust me, choose Linux. Linux is good. I do like Linux, so yes, I will be going Linux sometime this year. I guarantee it. But I just have to pick a good time where I'm not so busy at work. And I can afford to mess around for a week, get everything set up nicely. Server options. None of this is hitting the mark. Using a caddy file. Local host. So what if I want it to serve up? Okay. Alright, let's go. Anyway, it's because I'm talking. I can't concentrate. PHP FPM with a PHP fast CGI service running. Something like this works for most modern PHP apps. So I need a fast CGI service. So caddy, Docker, fast CGI. I wonder if there's one already. I'm currently trying to understand the functionality of caddy and fast CGI. Let's just have a look here. How you can use caddy 2. Right, we'll just have a look at some of these. Interesting. So this is running PHP FPM in a separate container. That sounds inefficient versus just having a Unix socket running on the same server. Hey, oh, thanks throwing for the follow, appreciate it. Hey, and if you play a game, is having a metronome to time frame perfects cheating? No way. Hell no. Is it cheating for a musician to have a metronome? I don't know. Is it? I mean, it's not cheating. But no, I don't think so. Especially, I mean, what are you doing? You're doing speedruns. I don't think having a metronome's cheating. I don't know. I don't know what the community would say about that if this is like speedrunning or something. I don't know what. But how the hell would you use a metronome to time frame perfect tricks anyway? because you'd have to get the metronome frame perfect. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. My tired brain. Okay, so yeah, basically what it's doing is it's connecting to Fast CGI on the host. Oh, so yeah. No, this person's got it wrong. It's supposed to be a local website available for all the LAN. I tried. AB, AB, AA, jump, jump. On time with the beat. Why is that? Why does that sequence sound familiar? What are you playing? You need to expect your game to have speedrunners. Absolutely. It always blows my mind when there's been a few developers out there in the past who have like basically got all like all shitty that people are speedrunning their games and breaking them. I mean, come on. Like, what do you? There's always going to be people who are doing that. They're not like putting you down or hassling you and stuff. They're like, they're missing the whole vibe of what speedrunning is. Some developers love it. Some developers get so involved with the speedrunning community, which I love. I think it's awesome. Yeah, right. So I'm not, hey Cody, what's up? How's it going? Can I tell you something? Most gamers don't speedrun, but the ones that do argue and do it to the max. Argue, I don't know about it. I mean, I follow speedruns. I follow a lot of speedruns. Speedrunning community is fantastic. What are you up to, trying to self-configure SSL? Oh, no. I'm just, I'm honestly like, sucks. This is the time difference issues. Is that I'm probably gonna get off pretty soon. I'm so tired, and I'm trying to configure an application Docker in Docker Compose. I'm trying to set up an application to run in Docker Compose. Minecraft and Mario 64. Nice. Mario, huh? So you'd know about Spike Vegeta. You know, he's the classic dude in that community, isn't he? In the Mario community, I suppose. So yeah, I'm basically just been talking random stuff with this person in chat, Cody, and sort of scrolling up and down this page occasionally, trying to figure out the best way to get PHP PHP running with Caddy server. That's right. Yeah, I mean AI. I always ask AI for stuff, but I've never done this by hand before from the get go, and I just wanna learn this 100% first. I think, I mean, in the end, usually I will use AI in the end, but I'm just at a learning stage at the moment, so I'm doing it the hard way. But I'm making it extra hard because there you go, throbbing 22. It's making it extra hard because it's late at night. As I've said a million times, like, oh my god, I can't stop saying that I'm tired, which probably means I should go to bed. Right, so what are we doing? Yeah. There are Nginx images with Let's Encrypt. Yeah, they're good. And I mean, we use that. I mean, I use that on a couple of other projects. But I'm also thinking ahead to something else that we're going to be trying later on. And Caddy's got a few things which I'm interested in. Yeah, but that's later. And in fact, in the end, it probably won't even be hosted on something like Nginx or Caddy. It'll be... Anyway, some different plans for this thing. We want it to be basically distributed software, like decentralized distributed software that can run on very, very fragile network environments, such as like, yeah, not quite LoRa, not quite like packet radio, but you know. Anyway, that's much later. Anyway, right now, I just want to, like a Zigbee, sort of. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff out there at the moment for these distributed network technology and stuff, which I'm very interested in, and not at the point of implementing anything yet. But there's a few technologies that I want to have a bit of a play with at some point. Yeah, there's Meshtastic. Yep. And there's a bunch. There's like what else is there? There's like CJDNS, encrypted IPv6 network, public key cryptography, DHT, the Kademlia thing for routing and stuff, which is cool. But there is another one which is the IPFS, interplanetary file system they call it, and they got Lockheed Martin on there. But this is all open source and everything as well, so it's content address verifiable and simple. It's a great idea. I've been reading a lot about this one as well. I just want to try a few things, and that working alongside networking technologies like Meshtastic and stuff, or like similar to, yeah, there's some cool stuff out there. But that's much later anyway. That's later on. Fast CGI, right? So we're passing. Here we go. Here's the full Docker file. Copy Docker Caddy file. So what are we doing here? What's the project highlight? Basically, me. So, I'm not a good marketing person. But basically, me and a friend of mine is involved with rural fire and emergency, and a couple of years ago they went through a really nasty storm. Their community was cut off, a bunch of people got killed, and blah blah blah, and they were cut off from the world for a good couple of weeks, and communication and just organizing stuff was really really difficult, so basically out of that was born an idea of resilient sort of communications, which already exists, but this is more for regular people as well. So if a place is cut off from the internet for whatever reason, communities should still be able to have a way to communicate with each other. But then that evolved into something a bit more that and something I'm very passionate about, which is that it's one of the main ideas of Meshtastic in terms of enabling that kind of thing, yes. But the platforms built on top of it are what are going to bring the value. So yeah, the mesh is there and all that, but if all you're doing is if you've got a network, that's great. But what you deliver over the network is really what matters, and well, in my opinion anyway. But I mean, so anyway, we've seen a thing where we need to we want to just provide a way for communities to build a resilient communication platform and network of their own, which will continue to operate if the internet gets cut off. And it will be just basically a bulletin board system, just like going back to the old internet days. It's going to be privacy focused, no tracking, not money is a tool, not a goal. It's going to be we got a lot of interest from real people in the community, which is great. So it's just something we just want to try. It's going to be good. Okay, so I think what I'm seeing here is we're going to need to install PHP. And then where is it getting? Oh, okay, so it's downloading Caddy and it's installing Caddy into the PHP 7.1 image. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's like, what are they missing? Oh, the actual software itself. Like there's this I mean, Meshtastic as well. Like if we off-grid communication for everyone, right? So they have this ability to communicate with these simple messages like this using basically their kind of own protocols. Using low power devices. Now these things do not have, like, LoRa is not a high bandwidth thing at all. Like, I don't know, some of them maybe are pushing tens of kilobits a second. And then you get into the higher megahertz networks, which like 900 megahertz Wi-Fi and things like that. But unfortunately, a lot of countries are quite restricted on the bandwidth that they allow and licensing in those ranges. But when it comes to, like, say 2.4 gigahertz, and being able to have like a fallback local internet. That would, yeah, we don't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily need to be these LoRa devices or these packet radio devices or anything like that. It's just basically building a resilient fallback local network with self-organizing nodes and meshes and distributed data across them. So it's similar, but it is a different sort of use case and architecture. It's a bit more internety, a little bit less, no, there's no, so when they're doing like video over Meshtastic, what you can do is the idea of Meshtastic is you can like you can have like a you can have like a LoRa radio which is transmitting at like 52 kbps. Man, this is terrible. Why am I using my mouse to draw? Can you watch the vid? Hang on, I don't want to watch the vid like without looking at it first. Especially, yeah. And then you can have like a Wi-Fi node at like, you know, 10 megabit. And then, so like how do these, well, basically what you can do is you can have a simple device which has both a LoRa and a Wi-Fi interface. Right? And then you might have another LoRa device over here. And basically, like if you transmit something on, on this device here, it will get picked up by this mesh node here, and it will get automatically rebroadcast out on LoRa, and this LoRa device can receive whatever that Wi-Fi device is transmitting. As long as there is some bridge somewhere, then LoRa devices, as long as there is some Wi-Fi LoRa bridge, then any LoRa device on the network will be able to pick up anything. And so the LoRa device can transmit in any Wi-Fi device on the network. So it's basically, and then you've got Ethernet as well, so you could have just Ethernet cables, and that would do the same thing, and blah, blah, blah. So it's completely, basically what it is it's a layer over the physical layer. It's just completely agnostic to what the data is actually traveling across. And it's completely autonomous setup as well. So as nodes drift in and out, it rearranges itself, and yeah. Anyway, that was a terrible picture. Right, what's this?
You can summon one object instantly anytime.
I don't know if I wanna. What is this? All right. Fair enough. What have I done? I have... What have I done? Oh, okay. I get it. I'm so tired. I've got to go to bed. This is ridiculous. I've done nothing. Alright, so let's watch this freaking meme. Is it a meme? Is this even a meme? Not really, is it?
Cars, rare items. You
Sounds
can
like an
summon
AI
one
voice.
object instantly, anytime you want. Money, supercars, rare items, anything. But
Oh
there's a
wait, hang
cost
on,
every
hang on,
time
hang
you
on,
summon.
hang on.
You can summon one object instantly, anytime you want. Money, supercars, rare items, anything. But there's a cost. Every time you summon it, you lose 1 year of your life.
So
No
AI.
cooldown, no limit, just years disappearing. You could become rich overnight. You could fix world problems. Or you
World
could die
problems.
at 25. What object are you choosing? And how many years are you spending?
I don't know. This is one of those. This is like, I mean, I know they're fun to think about, you know, but this is a problem where if I have a very slight, you know, toe into the spectrum of autism, that I'm gonna overthink this, you know. Well, the thing is, I mean, okay, so for starters, you don't know how long you're gonna live, right? So what if you were gonna die next year? Okay, you're gambling with that for starters, aren't you? What if you're gonna die in 3 years? Well, now it's 2. Okay, so, or you could die at 25, which I guess is what they're saying. Okay, so yeah, you've got that gamble for starters. I would not want money, supercars, and rare items. There's just zero. There is zero appeal to me about having things like that. I want enough money to live and, you know, not go hungry. But I have no desire for anything other than tech toys. But I'm certainly not going to trade years of my life away to get the latest, you know, NVIDIA 60, whatever the hell. I don't know. I'm not going to trade a year of my life to do that. No way. I mean, there's anything, any object at all, right? So, is this that thing? What about the genie paradox, right? It's like you can make 3 wishes. Well, I wish for infinite wishes. It's like, could I ask for an object, like a magic wand, that every time I make a plus action with this wand, it adds a year to my life. Yeah, simple, done. It says anything. I only need to summon that once though, and then broke the game. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, these questions, I know what they're trying to ask, though. I know what they're trying to ask. But I actually don't have an answer for it. I couldn't think of any single item, consumer, capitalist bred item in the world that I would want to take a year off my life. Which is actually quite nice. I can hand on heart say that. You would wish for 2 things. First, everyone becomes a great person for the next 1,000 years. Yeah, but what's a great person? How do you define that? You wish in your society would discover technology far beyond our age every single second. While you're waiting for Ray Kurzweil's singularity to come true, right? He said, what was it, 2037 or something? Singularity. Yeah. 2037, 2045. There we go. It's a bit later than that. Yeah. So, and at that point, you know, AI is going to run with it. It's going to. The greatest technology makes you unneeded, and utopia self-destructs. Exactly. I mean, what's the point? What's the purpose? And in fact, the more technology we have, the more AI there is, the more AI is doing some of my job during the day. It absolutely is nowhere near being able to take over my job at the moment. But it is getting better, and it is changing my job day to day. And as technology grows and gets better and better, I'm finding myself more connected to some of the things that are actually meaningful to me as a human being, rather than, just cool tech, because cool tech is actually making life, if I just relied on that, it's actually making life less meaningful. Their lobster too buttery, their steak is too juicy. But it is, though. I mean, and that's what the Matrix, right? That brilliant movie, the Matrix covered that philosophy. I think most people at the time watching the Matrix, me included, were watching the Matrix and thought it was just a really cool visual martial arts spectacle, But in fact, it was talking about this very thing with the guy. There is no such thing as infinite ambition. I don't believe. Ban the bot. Yeah, so I don't know, but the Matrix covered this really in depth, didn't it? And with the guy sitting there, literally just like, I don't like sitting there at the eating the steak, and he's like, I don't care if this is, a computer telling my brain that the steak is juicy and delicious. And it's like, really? Do you want to sell that, or do you want to greater than Newton with the resolve, harder than the guys? Who the heck are you? Where do you come? Where did you come from tonight? I mean, you're an interesting person, I must say. You did throw me off with your first question. Anyway, I am very tired. It is now 10 o'clock at night here. I need to get to bed because I've got a big day tomorrow. I have done basically nothing of what I wanted to do. I do remember wasn't it 10 to the 35? Or was that a different number you threw out? No, it was 33. Okay. Hang on a sec. Let me just quickly, let me Google this number. What's this number? Thanks, Cody, and Robbing. I'm never going to get used to saying that name, I swear. But thanks for joining in and the interesting convo and following as well. Appreciate it. Amazing. I'm 1 follower away from my 10 goals. My 10 followers. Nah, that's so funny. All right, good night, guys. Have a good one. See you next time.